Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Working on some stitching. Exciting. Looking nice. It's a beautiful color. For a beautiful project. So let's hang out. Hello. Happy Saturday. So, I'm sitting here working with this thrifted impeccable yarn. Loops and threads, I believe. Yep. Probably an older one. We got 285 yards, so hopefully I have enough for this project. If not, I'm going to have to try to fudge it with this brunette. They look pretty close to being almost exactly the same. In the project I'm making, it'll probably not be that noticeable. Okay, so I'm going to show my progress. In the last video I was talking about, I didn't want to do the line. I gave in because I figured there's probably a reason why. I have a feeling that I'm going to regret it later. So this is the line. Slip stitch chain 1 to join, and that really bothers me. This is the muzzle. Look at the size of this thing. Okay, this is supposed to be Chester Cheetah from the Cheeto bags. So I'm making a stuffy of him. So this is the first piece I made. I'm going to put that back in there because I don't know how much I'm going to need. And I believe that the snout is going to be right up in here. So that's why we have these little bumps. This was really tricky. A lot of counting and a lot of back and forth on it. Nice tight stitching on it though. Now this piece wasn't supposed to be closed, so it's not completely closed. This is the head, right? Like, do these go together? It's like, I'm looking at this going, the size difference. And believe me, the yarn is pretty much the same gauge. I don't think there's that much of a difference. Let me see. These look pretty close. I don't know. Building a mystery here. So we're just going to put this on. And so that part's the head. This is now the tummy, the belly, the main bod. So we're just going to pop that there. And I have about 7 rows of just single crochets. Okay, so you always got to make sure you don't miss that first stitch when you're doing it in this way. I personally do not like the slip stitch chain 1. There's probably a reason for it, but it's not my favorite technique. I have a feeling I could have went without it. I thought I needed it for something. I don't know. Just second guessing myself, but now I'm this far, so now I'm just going to go with it. I was super delighted to see the name of this yarn, by the way. It's Orange Crush, which is a fantastic sody pop. I do sure enjoy an Orange Crush, especially if it's like a Slurpee or squishy, whatever you want to call it. Going around. It's 54 stitches. And I am definitely doing a lot more of the actual crochet part of things on my projects here, not so much the stitching. And again, going around. I have a few more things to get started. I'm jumping from project to project. Everything's moving up quite nicely, so I've been not spreading myself thin. I've just been sprinkling my attention on different projects to try to keep them all pretty much neck and neck as much as possible. So one of them is pretty close to needing the ends to be sewn up and put together. I just have a couple small details to make. And when I say small, I'm talking 20 minutes worth of time just to get them done. And I'm probably going to have to go find a straw, which is kind of hard to find nowadays. I don't want to put wires in it. So, the muzzle on this one has got me a little afraid that this is going to be a pretty large guy. So I'm looking forward to finding out with this body, how big am I going here? There's bets in the household that this is going to be bigger than Splinter the Rat that I did for Christmas, so he's a pretty big piece. He took a lot of work. Going around. 7 rows of this to get this part done. I do like this orange. I'm not crazy about this particular yarn. I don't find it to be the nicest to the touch. Especially with it going through my fingers, I've had to re-lotion quite a bit. I feel like it's drying up my hands a little bit, so I'm trying my best to A, keep my tension, B, don't look like that at all. See, I feel like that's just going to open. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like later. My instincts are telling me not to do it this way. Mark off 1. And just keep on going. Trying to keep my stitches as nice and uniform as I possibly can. And keep my holder on. Try to see if I can find some pencil ones to go over because I have some for my diamond art pens and can't find any. So what else do you gotta do? My Batman one I got for my birthday, speaking of diamond art, should probably be flat enough for me to maybe take a run at because that's exciting. I'd like to get a full coverage Batman because I'm a big Batman fan. He's fantastic. Pop that right back on. So I was talking about the new ombre yarn the other day briefly that everyone saw talking about. I, for some reason, thought it was from like Joann's. I was wrong. It's from Premier yarn. So, my bad. Still can be kind of pricey getting Premier yarns here. The whole shipping. But there is a chance that, given like half a year, Mary Maxim may carry it because they do carry some Premier yarns on their site here in Canada. So, you never know. I don't know. I've been hearing some pretty mixed reviews about it, though. I don't really have a use for it either, so it's kind of interesting to watch all the different opinions and thoughts about it. So that's always fun. I don't want to get involved in some of that because I won't use it too much, and I'm not a yarn expert. I love all the yarn I have, but I have plans for all of it. It's not just for show. A lady nearby who has like a giant room full of yarn, and she just put up some random numbers. I don't know what she wants for any of it, so I don't know if I like how she's got everything packaged either. It looks like everything's been just left sitting for a very long time, and some of the colorways I noticed are from a couple years ago, so they might be quite dusty. Who knows? Always got to be careful. Yeah, I do not like the slip stitch. I really, really, really don't. It's making this very difficult. I'd be really mad if I make this and it turns out that the slip stitch is very noticeable to me. It's like I'm trying to do it tight and it looks so loose, and I don't know. I don't know. 1, 2, and that is my stitch right there. And we're just going to pop that in. And a single crochet for the win. I mean, if I wasn't using these stitch markers, I could see it being a useful tool. But I don't really like... Is there a way to push that down a little? I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've made so many without them and I just like the smooth look. It's visually pleasing to me. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Looking gorgeous. Alright. I'm very happy with my progress. We're at the very beginning of March and I still have most of the month to get these projects done, so hopefully I'll get them finished. And then I found another one I'd love to do, but I don't think I'm going to add it to my list. I'm going to try my best to save that guy for later. Because very likely I'll have to make 3. 1 for each of them. And around we go again. I love it when it starts cupping itself into like almost a bowl shape. Shaping with your yarn is actually really interesting to me. I think it's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of amigurumi. It is giving it a shape, a feeling, a personality. Probably pretty soon I'm going to have to finish up some of my older projects that I have on that needs small things finishing, like a button here or a little sewing here. I'm going to do that and kind of clear up my space a little bit of projects that need to be finished. Like I'm talking they're 97% done. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't feel like it. One of them being my Halloween bags, because all I really have to do is one of them finish stitching up the outside. And I'm pretty sure I know which one I was using. If not, I'll check back in the video. I'm pretty sure it was a purple one. And the purple one is a 5. But I also have to put in the green tops for the jack-o'-lantern. So it'll be definitely ready for next Halloween. Then maybe I can finally start the wreath I have my heart set on. Because that will be pretty. And boom. Okay, I'm just going to pop that out again. Stick it between my teeth because I have a bad habit of that. Real bad habit. I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it. Pins too. Oh my gosh. Kids are always bothering me. Don't put those in your mouth. That's dangerous. Because I tell them stuff like that. And here I am going, oh, what? No, it's okay. Mommy can do it. Do as I say, not as I do, children. Isn't that how it goes? And 3. Okay, first of all, you need to untwist. You're not supposed to be going that way. Yeah, that's not going to work. Tighten that just a tight little bit. I'm doing wonderful here. Making great time on this piece because I think this is going to be the biggest piece I'm making. And of course it's piecework, so in my mind I just divide it up into pieces and it makes it go a lot faster for me. But this is going to be quite lovely, I think. Being that I absolutely love Chester Cheetah, he's my favorite junk food mascot for delicious Cheetos. I have a weak spot for Cheetos. That's kind of the joke here. That's why I'm making this for my son. We both really... Okay, sorry. All 3 of the children and I absolutely love Cheetos. I love the crunchy ones. It doesn't have to be flaming. I love crunchy Cheetos. My husband likes the poofy ones. The kids like whatever they can get their hands on. But we all think Chester Cheetah is the coolest. He's got the sunglasses, his running shoes, and he just loves to eat Cheetos. I don't like the orange fingers afterwards. So try not to snack on that one and crocheting. That's more of a save that guy for later kind of thing. Yeah, working this out. Looking great. Okay. So I'm hoping that this one will go fine. I don't really want to use this other orange. It is markedly softer than Bernat. And I'd rather use this one and save that other orange for maybe a wearable. I'm considering mixing it with my neon colors because it is quite a bright orange. I do have some more neon types, but I kind of like the idea that orange might fit in. I'm just still planning that neon sweater. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a pullover or a cardigan. I do enjoy a nice cardigan. All the pullovers I have don't fit me very nicely, so I'm kind of hanging on to them right now. And I probably should just send them off to the thrift store, or in some cases, a couple of them I should probably just take the yarn. Make something I like better. Oh, whoops. Got distracted. Thinking about upcycling unwearables. Just things I don't think that will be sold, because I do know what happens at thrift stores. They get overwhelmed with garbage clothes. And because some people think that's what you should do. It's so generous. You feel bad about throwing it out, but give poor people stuff that should probably just be thrown away, like food. I have seen that a lot. Food expired in cans and stuff for like 5 years. I'm not saying the food would not most necessarily be expired, but there's a chance that it has expired and it could cause botulism, which is a death sentence. And being that cans aren't as thick as they used to be, it's a lot harder to tell for botulism because cans dent so easily. And that's one of the first signs of an unsafe product is a dented can. So, and with the way things cost right now, wow, I'm off in a weird place. So it happens when you know too much about foodborne illnesses. You randomly just think of weird things like that. Anyways, changing the subject. So yeah, I'm thinking of my next projects. There's at least one thing I want to try that Cinnamon Stitches has made, but we're going into her premiere week, and at least 2 of her wearables were quite eye-catching to me. So maybe a chance I might make a couple more things. I don't know. I like the idea of making a little more wearables for myself. Not necessarily the kids. They only like a little bit at a time, but a piece here or there. I am excited about the idea of making my son something nice. Because the girls have a couple sweaters already, and he has not gotten one yet. That is why he's on my mind all the time, plus it's almost his birthday, and he's such a big boy. Yes, firstborn issues, right? And we just keep on going. Around and around. So I'm going to assume this is the bottom. I can probably cover this with the stomach piece, so that might not be so bad. I don't know. Just a little bit ridiculous. I don't like that line. I would like it to be absolutely invisible, and it's quite glaring to me. I'm sure no one else can even bad an eye at it. Maybe my mom. She knows I hate stuff like that. It's never been my favorite thing. I don't like things uneven. I don't like things being out of place. Even though if you looked at my desk right now, you'd start laughing at that comment because my desk looks like a tornado has gone through. However, that is a planned chaos. One of those people that it looks crazy messy, but for the most part, I can find what I want or have a pretty good idea roughly where it is, except for that one earring. Looking for an earring. So that's on a different table. Don't worry about it. And we have 2 more rows, and I've gotten through my build-ups, as I like to call them in my head, because they're like my little reprieve from having to be so careful with my counting. Yes, this guy's looking pretty darn good. I don't see this one taking too much longer. I thought this one was going to be a lot harder, but again, I'm just taking it piece by piece, so far it's been pretty good. Hands, I've done hands a few times, so I think I've got the general basis of what I need to know. The legs and arms will be long and thin, so I don't see that being crazy difficult. And yeah, I like that better. I want to be able to stuff him nicely and have him be able to sit comfortably. There we go. Like a rock star. Sorry, I'm just looking at the stitching. I hope this is a nice pace and very calm, relaxing. Nothing stressful about this at all. This is nice, easy peasy. I'm relaxed. You're relaxed. Life is good. And here we go, another row down. And here we are back at the dreaded slip stitch. Looks like a scar to me. It really does. Looks like my poor creature has been cut from end to end. And somebody stitched him up. A mad doctor. Well, it wouldn't take much effort to turn him into the undead. We're getting a little weird now. Okay, it's just me. 6. One more for good measure. So I say we're about a quarter of the way through this particular pattern. There's a lot of really small pieces to do. I have a lot of black and white work with this too. Got me into trance here, staring at the stitching. Again. And slide that back on. I've heard people say that beauty blenders, the big puffy makeup applicators, were good for having something to grip onto. Because when I hold this without this, because I took it off earlier to try it out, and yeah, I felt like I was going to break it. It felt really weak in my hands. So that's not good. Almost done the last bit. Okay, so that's 7 rows of just stitching. So we're getting a bit of a boat shape. I have to pull that a little tighter, I think. My fist has a hat. Not bad. Alright, so for this next row it is decrease. Go in through those 2 front sides. You want them to be snug, but not super tight. If you pull them too tight, what's going to happen is it's going to suck into, and you'll see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Wiggle around if you have to get what you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, my mind just kind of told me that I didn't do my decrease there. Because why not? I'm also that person that walks away from the door to not remembering if I locked it. 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I gotta go back and check every time. 6 and 7. Something did not work. So that is definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is supposed to be 1. And it is not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Let's restart this one over. It's the only way for me to figure it out where I went wrong. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, wait, we gotta go 1, 2. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Take it right back to the beginning, because, yeah. I swear, I'm a fully capable adult. And I do adult things all day long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. To you, my friends, you're distracting me with all this chatting. 1, just kidding. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, super exciting. I just don't have to do this row again. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't lose count. Sorry if I'm putting you to sleep. Or maybe I'm not sorry if you're using this as a nice, relaxing background for a sleepless night and I'm helping you doze off with all my counting. Pretend they're sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like I have an extra stitch here. I should have 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so you know what? We're just gonna get down to 48. How about that? Even though it's all the way backwards, it will still the numbers I need. So anyways, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. Hope to see you again very soon, and I hope that you can make it through a simple row quicker, better, more efficiently than I have been tonight. I'll see you again. See you again very, very soon. Bye.